And thus through good times and bad. And the fair here in Ballinasloe is famous in particular for the buzz on the streets. But let's go back to 1979 and see what it looked like then.
It's Europe's oldest horse fair, and after the mile-long opening parade, the Bishop of Clonfert said that there was no need to drown the festivities in alcohol. Dr. Cassidy said the fair was a celebration of a way of life that kept us close to the earth and to one another. It's also the time for Ballinasloe Agricultural Show, and this year had increased entries in most of the 234 classes. Although there were high attendances at the fair, sales were not so good as in other years. The organisers said there was an absence of buyers, but one Englishman paid £1,700 for a 4-year-old hunter. Heavy working horses were going from £300 to £400.
Back to the present day, and here we are at Vintage Day in Ballinasloe, and Jerry Strong is the man who chairs up the Vintage Association roundabout here. Jerry, 31 years ago when we were here, machines that were brand spanking new then have become vintage.
Well, Mike, as you can see from the reeds that are shown in the background there, these were brand new vehicles 31 years ago. Now they're collector's items, and this vintage enthusiasm has grown over the years. It's huge. I mean, we only started the club last July, 12 months, and we now have 173 members. And as you can see, the different tractors and vehicles that are in the parade. We have a 1918 Titan tractor that started his life in Rossgray in County Tipperary. Went through various collectors all over the country and ended up in Michael Hogan's in Aircourt, and was totally restored by Michael Hogan and PJ Rourke. And it's absolutely a fabulous piece of equipment.
And even in this vintage event, the horse plays a part.
The horse plays a very important part, Michael. I mean, farmers started in Ireland with the horse. And it's horse is synonymous with Ballinasloe, as you're probably aware after being here for the week. And today we have a horse-drawn carriage, which is one of the original barrel-top caravans which would have been seen here during the fair. Absolutely fabulous. We have a carriage here with a horse, and you can see our Queen and King of the Fair is going to travel in it.
Come on now, let's get together in perfect harmony.
And Jerry, what is it that fascinates people so much about these vintage pieces?
I suppose, Michael, it's like everything else in Ireland, history, and it plays a big part in our lives. It's like a drug. You buy one tractor, you start doing it up, and then you start doing other ones, and people end up with 4, 5, 6. And we have members here in the club. One member has 20 tractors, another man has 80 cars.
And you've broadened the appeal. You've added on a French market, no less.
Yes, we've added French market in Ballinasloe in the last 2 years, and as you can see down there today, there's all sorts of crafts in it, food, indeed there's wooden crafts, home baking, everything is in it.
And the Ballinasloe Fair has become a slice of our history, drawing together all sorts of traditions and cultures, and it's become a huge event in the equestrian world. No doubt it will continue to grow, adding to its store of yarns and to its lore and history. That ends our programme for this evening. Do join us again on Thursday night for more stories, past and present. Until then, a very good evening.
And stay right there, EastEnders is on the way.
There where you need us. Gala, your local market. Countrywide.